Hey guys, how's it going? December 9th, 2018. Just loading everything up. I don't think Scott's server's on yet. Well, it isn't on yet, at least not that I checked a couple minutes ago. But I'm not going to try it too often. I'll probably try again. Oh, I don't know. Probably in about 10 minutes or so, I suppose. What time is it right now? It's about 48, so a couple minutes before I get in there. Nothing really much to set up or anything like that. But until then, I'll just talk about whatever. The reason why I don't want to keep trying is because it shows the dispatcher screen. So if the server's not up, it's unlikely. Like if I join the north, it's not the northeast. If I join the southwest, they have a 24/7 server. So I just join and boom, I'm in. But I can tell, you know, like with Scott, he'll put the server up whenever, so I'm not too sure what time he's putting it up tonight. I didn't quite get it. He just said ring him any time or something. But I guess this is what he means by ring him. But then I got to darken this because it shows all the stupid passwords on the live stream. So unfortunately, I have to darken the live stream, so I don't want to keep trying it. I'll just try it a little bit. Okay, not too bad of a weekend. Pretty good actually. Had some sunshine for a change. I loved it. A little cool still for this time of year, but I'll take the sunshine. I'd rather have the sunshine than the cool -2 degrees Celsius right now. It's not too bad actually. I mean, we certainly get lows below zero this time of year normally, but we've had it's been fun. This is nothing compared. What the hell? Oh, okay, I know what's going on now. Never mind, that's my, I don't know why it does that. I'm on an extra board, but it's spawning in stuff, which is fine. That'll all disappear. But so yeah, no more news. I figured I would try just to see if there was any other news going on. Actually, I didn't check the official site, but let's just see what Run8's up to. This is Scott's news sheet that he gave me, so I got that going in there. I actually changed the I actually went ahead and changed the dispatch screen as well. Let's go Run8 Studios. I don't expect anything new. No. So, some shirts if you want to support, or you need new shirts. That's about it for now. So, anyways, I had some good news. On Friday, you guys might have seen me on here on the channel doing Entropia Universe. Well, a lot of that has a lot to do with investments and entertainment, because there's what you have virtual property, and I've had some money that was locked up in there. As I've probably mentioned before, I was concerned about my finances towards the end of the year. Not that I was going to run out of money, because I still have a lot of investments I can convert, but I'm moving in February, which will be considerable savings compared to what I'm doing right now, but that'll help. But I also was going to be in a cash flow issue come December, or the end of December, and I got my early Christmas wish, because what happens is in Entropia, to get a wire transfer to come in, it takes 50 business days, literally 50 business days on average. So that would have put me somewhere in the middle of December, I think. And that was weird how the screen just did that. But no, it worked out pretty good, and so it came in, and had a nice exchange for the currency as well, Canadian dollar versus US dollar right now, so got deposited to a Canadian bank, and yeah, things are good. So it was nice to see. It could have easily failed the transfer because you have to have the right bank account information. You have to have all the right settings. If there's anything wrong with it, it fails, and then you have to pay extra fees. So it was nice that it worked the first time. So I'm quite pleased with that. And I didn't make much on that investment. It was more for entertainment. But I probably made a little bit of money, plus had a lot of what wound up being free entertainment for putting in a lot of actual cash into the Entropia. I still have some money in Entropia, but not as much as I did. So that means I'm no longer getting any investment income out of it. Well, I shouldn't say that. I do have stuff that's riding. That's still convertible and could go up in value potentially, but I think the days of Entropia Universe, I think the peak is over, so I'm not too worried about that. Now, as for everything else, as I look at the time at 6:54 Eastern, I wanted to get on a little bit sooner, than I realized, oh yeah, I was going to copy those dispatcher panels. No news, as I said, on Run8. We don't know what's going on. There's a lot of people. I posted some forum topics over on TrainSim, and I would say at least the majority of people who have replied over at TrainSim seem very content with Run8. At least who have replied. There's a few that are in the same ballpark as me. I think that they want to see these things. So that's a small sample, but giving that sample, I would say that it looks like version 3 is going to have a lot of people move forward with it regardless. But I do see it as far as the bigger servers and maybe a few of the other things. I see a split. I still see a split occurring. I think they're going to lose more people than they gain if they don't have certain things in this program that comes out. I mean, one of the things that could really help is talking about what the hell's going on. That'd be nice. I only have to look myself into the mirror as to why, even my son today, or son this weekend, there was one time where we were both bored and he didn't want to go out and all this other stuff. Never mind this new version crap. My God, these stupid malware biting garbage that comes up on here you get for free, and then they just keep bugging you. I had that come up the other night. It was just like, quit trying to sell me crap. I know it's free, but jeez. But anyways, Run8, of course, I bought into a long time ago. I've bought enough add-ons, and I've gotten my money's worth a long time ago. So as far as everything else, though, it's up to me, really. Not only do I have the RTS projects on the back burner just waiting to code, but I came up with another idea. I've got two ideas, so I've got a lot of ideas, some of which could potentially build some more members or users to this channel. I think it's a very viable option for 2019, and that would happen in the spring. So there's a lot of cool things and ideas for 2019, and my son seems to like a lot of these ideas, and I'm all for it as well. So all I can say is it has to do it's very related to the dispatching side. However, unlike railroads, I'm still gonna. That's my number one focus is to get a TD3 style dispatching program done. But I'm also looking at where I live, and basically the title is going to be called Seaway Welland, and Seaway Welland is going to be based, and that is basically the term used for the traffic control system of the Welland Ship Canal. And the idea here, and I don't mind expressing what the idea is basically you're a dispatcher except you are the marine traffic controller. They used to have bridge masters and lock masters, but they've always had Seaway Welland controlling the traffic flow through the canal because ships can't just pass each other everywhere. It's just like sidings. And ships can only go certain places. What I'm probably going to introduce as early as the spring of 2019 is, number one, I'm going to start doing a lot of videotaping, video recording on this channel of ships in the Welland Canal. It's something that isn't done very much, and my son's interested in it. It means I'm going to be doing video. I'm going to be using my video camera again. We'll be doing recordings. There's two reasons. Number one is to boost the channel, give the channel something, more viewers to come over. Besides me moaning and groaning about Run8, and doing whatever I can to salvage whatever enjoyment I can get out of Run8 these days. But or my whatever RTS ventures I do down the road, but actually to go in and have not just that, but it will give me a source of graphics for ship models, because it could be a 2D simulation, but it will probably morph into a 2D simulation with visuals, which include ships and, believe it or not, trains, because there are bridges. Basically, a traffic controller does a bridge. I'll talk more about this. I just want to get on. So let me stop this and at least turn the cameras off for a moment and see if his server is up. And if it's not, we'll just keep talking. And it's not showing up right. Ah, crap. Did I do that right? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, here we go. Now, Scott's not around right now, so I'll just, I don't know. This is the part that I wanted to figure out what was going on. I mentioned it to him at 7, but he said give him a ring sometime, but I don't know if his server's not showing it's up, so I might do something else tonight at this point. I don't know. This is the tough part, because you're not relying on a 24/7 server that's up all the time. Like where I would sometimes join 20-30 minutes before I go on the Southwest, so I don't know if Scott's busy. He could, have a phone call, or who knows what's going on. So, so yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about that, and then we'll try again. Maybe I don't know. Maybe towards the bottom of the hour, I guess. I don't know. So, but yeah, what I would do is the Welland Ship Canal. Just let me just show you some information on that. Let's talk about that. We'll go into that realm. Let's make sure. Yeah, we're back on there, so that's good. Okay, let's go ahead, and I will. I'll show you a little bit about this here. So the Welland Canal. Vessel tracking. Seaway map. I think that's the one. So the Seaway map is both. It has both the entire St. Lawrence Seaway. So you have the Welland Canal section as well as the St. Lawrence Seaway. So you can see all the ships that are in the system right now, and what they're doing. What was the ship I saw the other day? I can't remember. It looks like it's gone. I'm just looking to see. A lot of these ships I'm familiar with, but I saw one ship that went through Federal Niagara. Oh yeah. Delayed. CSL 1, Bridge 7-8. So the CSL Welland is up at St. Catherine Lock, which is in the St. Lawrence Seaway. So if I was to go down into, wow, there's a lot into anchorage down here. Okay. Oh, I thought that, oh, control and zoom. Okay, there we go. Oh, wow. That is stacked. So right now it's all upbound traffic. There's quite a bit of upbound traffic, very little downbound traffic actually. These guys are, I guess they're downbound, just off Anchorage. We have southern winds, so coming today that are pretty strong, so they're probably waiting for that to settle down. But so what happens is, in this case, let me just see if I can find one. So these guys are probably, sure, I wonder if I can show all vessels. So Whitefish Bay is in Lock 1. Or it's supposed to be. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, okay, so Whitefish Bay. It looks like it's sideways, but it's not. It just went through as well. Sarah Andre is Wharf. Okay, so he's at the old coal dock at Port Weller East. He stopped. So he's going out to Lake Ontario. I'll get used to that. So these are all anchorages, I believe. Nauru. Port Weller Anchorage, he's delayed. Now it says downbound, which basically they're already here, so I don't know what they're delayed for other than delayed because of weather. Federal Niagara. Usually they're lining up here to head up. Kitimote, Federal Niagara, he's delayed. Port Colborne Anchorage, Beatrix. So there's a lot delayed. So I know this is about trains, and I just want to give you some ideas of some of the stuff I'm thinking of. So as I was saying, there's a lot of stuff's going on here. So what happens is when a lock, I can tell by looking, you know, just and familiarity with the canal. I'm very familiar with the canal. This is Lock 1, obviously it says that, and this is heading it down. This is a downbound. Federal Cedar is heading down, obviously. Well, maybe not so. See, it's at the Lock 1 south wall now. In transit. So you got downbound traffic that's going through. These guys would have passed each other. The Americaborg or whatever the heck it's called. I'm not too familiar with that one. He's stopped in Lock 2, so he's headed up. Okay. So he's headed upbound. So they have to. What happens is the locks lower and raise these big ships. So that particular ship right there probably passed him somewhere in here. Probably just outside the lock. He was waiting for that ship. So this is a good passing. Think of it as a siding. It's really like that, and they can do the same thing up here. So we've got one that's headed up, another one that's headed up as well. Federal Caribou, which is at Bridge 4, which is the Homer Bridge. That's actually he's coming up to here, so that bridge would be up. Now all these bridges used to have bridge masters, and the locks used to have lock masters. Slowly they're automating even the lock, the helpers at the locks. They have automated. They do have people on board. They have roamers around, but a lot of it's becoming very automated. And like it or not, that's just the way the world is becoming. Doesn't help for jobs or anything. So this guy here, Algoma Strongfield, should be listed as Lock 3. Yeah, Lock 3 North Wall in transit. So what happens is, if he's coming down, what'll often happen is they will meet right here. The bridge will lift up. If he's able to come out, they'll pass there. If not, he would have to hold on the lock and wait for it. So when you have ships going in the same direction, generally they don't want to fill or dump the lock by itself. They want it to be economical. So because they're dumping a lot of water, they also have to manage the water resources of the canal. They can't just filling it up with water. It's a waste of energy and all that other stuff. It takes a lot of water to fill them up. I mean, it's mainly gravity driven, but there's pumps as well. From just basically it's mainly gravity driven, but they still have to open up the. It's all hydraulic, where they open up the gates as well as the intakes. So you'll have the intakes at the top as well as the outbursts, or whatever the hell they call those things. I'm not exactly sure what they call it, but basically they open up the water to drain out of the lock if it's going downbound, or if it's going upbound. In this case, these guys are going upbound. They're opening the valves at the top end to let the water fill into the lock, and it fills in. It's gravity driven from underneath, so it doesn't come off the top like pouring on them or anything like a waterfall. So once that's up, what they want to do is they want to basically, they'll hold that lock in that, but they also want to, when the bridges go up, they want to have, if they can pass two ships on one lift of the bridge, although it's inconvenient for traffic, it's a lot easier to control traffic wise, because instead of opening a bridge and then closing it and then opening it again and closing it, which takes longer, it's a lot quicker in total to basically have one ship go through while it's still open, and they would pass in here. So that's probably what's going to happen. If I was to refresh this, like at the Garden City Skyway, not to say that that's going to happen, but if I was to refresh that now and see what we have, he's still showing. He's a little closer to the bridge now, so that bridge is open. I'll show you another thing while we're at it here. Compass. I don't know if the compass camera will show it. Really? Webcams, North America. Welland Canal Bridge status. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So there you go. Next vessel arrives at well, it says 7:04. I guess that's the direction it's traveling. Bridge 1's fully raised. Everything else is available. Oh, there's the forecast, so that's when the next vessel is expected to arrive. I used to ask for these things back at the time. You know, it's kind of cool because then you can see what. So like at 812 bridge 5, which will be the Glendale Bridge, is set to be forecast. So they actually do have the forecast. I thought they had maps too, but I could be wrong. Or maps, webcams. Wow, that's a lot. I see some different St. Lawrence Seaway. Other interesting sites, Great Lakes, water temperature. Wow, this is a pretty cool site. Port of Quebec cam. The Niagara Falls cam. They got the Sioux locks. Well, that's kind of cool. Don't see anything about Lake Ontario cam from Lyndonville, New York. Nah, I don't see anything unless I'm missing it. Great Lakes water temperature map. Buffalo. Great Lakes Shore Viewer, real-time map of the Seaway, which we're already on. Well, I guess not. But anyways, as I was saying, sorry, I'm getting a little distracted here. I don't know what I did with that one, but that's gone. So what happens is the bridges used to have bridge masters. So you'd have a bridge master here. He's in a little building on the west side, and I'll give you a look at what it would look like. So that's the Seaway, and if you go up to the lift bridge here, this is where the ship. This is the bridge that's up now. So this is the bridge master's hut. Now what? Basically, in the Skyway, this is a six lane divided highway. That's well above the level. So this used to be the bridge masters. This is just totally an automated office now. They have cameras at various locations. Of course, we don't have access to them. I wish we did. That'd be really neat. But if you zoom in closer, you can see this is Bridge 5 way up here, which is Glendale Avenue. The flight locks are even beyond that by the tower. That's the escarpment. It looks like a mountain in the background. That's basically the ships. The ships will climb that. That's lock 3, which is showing open. Obviously, this is a Google Map image. But you would have. When I was younger, I wanted to be a bridge master at Bridge 11 in Allenburg. I don't know why it was Allenburg. Allenburg was my first memory. So Allenburg was one of the first longest rides that I took as a youth. Actually, my son's age, which he can barely get around the block without his mom freaking out. But Allenburg is that bridge right there. I don't know how the hell we got inside somebody's. What the hell? Okay, hold on a second here. How the hell did that happen? I didn't think I... Oh, okay, well there's the winter, and why am I seeing... Okay, I'm really confused here. I'm trying to get a view of the bridge. I mean, yeah, the bridge is great and all, but I'm trying to get a view from... Oh, okay, I'm getting... Alright. I'm still getting this... That's not... Why am I getting that? Okay, do I have to actually go up the road or something here? There we go. Alright, well, fine. So, these are the vertical lift bridges that are in the Welland Canal. It's different than the jackknife bridges that you saw at Bridge 5. This is Bridge 11. And... so up here, right above us, actually, I'll probably get a better view. Maybe it was better to get the side view, actually, now that I think about it. But Yeah, now that I think about it, the side view is probably better. Is there a ship going through there or something? Looks like there's a lot of traffic, which makes me think that there was probably... This guy right here would be the bridge master's office now. That doesn't exist anymore. I swear there was a ship going through here. Just by the amount of traffic that's on here. There, let me go one more here. Yeah, I guess not. Guess not. Although, that looks suspicious. Here, I'll look one more time. Of course, I got a damn thing in the way. I can't tell. Okay, forget that. Let's... Anyways, the vertical lift bridges, as I was saying, trying to say, come on. Wow. I'm trying to get a better view. Of course, I'm getting totally distracted to what I was doing. Alright, so this building right here has all the gears and all the hydraulics and everything else. And it looks like they're working on it, but whatever. So what happens is you have the counterweights, and it is basically the weight of the bridge. So the hydraulics basically control it. It's all, again, basically gravity and hydraulics to get everything moving. So as these come down, the rest goes up. And the bridge master used to be the one who controlled everything. He had to know what he was doing. Hydraulics. This bridge got there was a bridge in Port Robinson that got destroyed in the early 70s, very early 70s, just before I was born, actually. And then there was this bridge. If you ever take a look on YouTube for Winddock. And I drove out that day after it happened. Winddock wound up way over here off to the side because it basically caught on fire because they put the guy that was the bridge master, I don't know if he had it was a heart attack or he fell asleep or whatever the hell happened. Something happened to him, but he was overworked or something. There was neglect to go around all over the place, but he thought that the ship had cleared, and it was nowhere near clear. But anyways, that's a seaway system. So what the traffic controllers do is they now, and it was kind of funny because this whole automation thing was just starting to come into play, and a lot of people thought that it was the automation that was the issue because they thought that somebody had lowered the bridge on the ship due to the cameras. And it wasn't. The bridge master was still there. But maybe, who knows, maybe it had something to do with him losing his job. I don't know. But nobody got, I mean, there was a lot of damage to that ship. It was basically redone at Port Weller, but to another ship, the bottom, you know, it was the end of that ship. They basically had to redo it. They christened to another ship or something like that, but it was done. It just floated. It was floating endlessly. The fire department was there, got all the fires out, everything. I mean, there are a lot of damage to the bridge, but the bridge survived it, unlike Port Robinson, which got totally decimated because the ship didn't stop and the bridge didn't go up, or I don't know what happened there, but I can't remember exactly the whole story on that. But so what it does, the traffic controllers are basically, they have forecasting, obviously, as you've seen, they can forecast the bridge times, they can forecast everything. They used to have a mechanical system inside. I've never been inside, but I've heard about it, and I've read a lot of books on the building of all four of the Welland canals, as well as the structures, who built them, the mechanicals involved. I'm not mechanically inclined, so, but these ships are basically either in the process of heading up for one of their last trips of the year before the canal closes up to these ports to get grain off of Thunder Bay, which is up this way here, Lake Superior. We saw what they call salties, which are ocean-bound ships. There's one out of Ireland, was green, and it was green, and my son was thinking right away it was Irish, and I'm saying just because it's green doesn't mean it's Irish. But sure enough, according to my son, it was an Irish ship, green something or other. But it was headed upbound, so he's up here somewhere now today, I would imagine, getting probably grain or something. Who knows? I'm not sure what he was. I imagine a lot of them get grain out of here. So, but yeah. And what you do is, as the traffic controllers, they basically communicate with all the vessels, tell them which wall they have to tie up at, when they'll be getting a light. But then they are governed by the traffic lights on the locks and the bridges as to, well, when the bridge is open for them, a green light will come on. When the lock is open for them, a green light will come on. It'll flash red as it's being prepared. There's other indicators telling that yellow horn light that'll flash yellow, indicating that we know you're there, we can see you. The bridge will be prepared shortly. So there's all kinds of indicators to guide the ships and basically say, okay, you know, we know you're there, everything's being set up. If the bridge doesn't start opening past the horn marker, basically the ship is supposed to sound the horn back in the day, but of course there's no bridge masters there anymore, so he'd call control at that point. If the bridge is not in the process of opening, that's a safety valve feature to have the ship stop. But the idea is you would be a bridge master of several bridges. Eventually, it would be a 3D type thing, and then there would be a dispatching type environment where all these ships and I would use, you know, actual live data to do that. Not live data, sorry. I'm not going to be using live data, I apologize. I'm going to be using historical data based on these types of tracking, time of year. So next year I think I'm going to collect quite a bit of data on the vessel passages, and I'll probably use that into a database and use it for probability forecasting, put it in a bunch of ship names. Be totally editable files, just like what I'm going to be doing with the RTS dispatcher. So, but it'll be cool. I'm looking forward to it. If I could ever get around to programming, getting out of my I don't know, procrastination, I guess, or lack of having to do some extra work. But right now I got enough on my mind still with the move, so I'm not doing any of that right now. My son's eager to want me to start doing things, so maybe I'll teach him how to program. Maybe he'll be my programmer. I'll just be the designer. Sounds good. Okay, let's see if Scott's awake. So I'm gonna go back into shutting this off for a moment. We'll see if he has his server going. It's not showing on yet, so I don't know when he's running tonight. It is not showing that he is going to be on tonight, unfortunately. So, yeah, unfortunately, I don't know what's going on. At this point, I'm not sure. I think I just might... I might be on later on, guys. I apologize. Like I said, this is, I guess, impromptu stuff as we go along, so... you know, this is something that we're trying. I'm just trying to help out. You know, make number one, give me something to do on a Sunday night without losing my mind. It looks like Wednesdays I'll be having to try to figure out something. So, as I was saying on the train sim forums, eventually it's going to lead to boredom, and I'm either gonna start doing my own thing and trying to figure out how to do my own thing, or I'm just going to do something else. Which probably means programming, which isn't as fun, and I got enough things. Maybe I'll just get myself ready for the move. Who knows? So, apologies that we didn't get started tonight. I was hoping we would, because I did mention 7 p.m., but I don't know. If he's not there, he's not there. So, nothing I can do about that. I haven't got another email back, so, and I'm not reading my emails. Let me just check my email real quick. What do we got here? Turn this off. Let me just check my email real quick here. Unless his IP has changed, which is possible. Oh, okay. Oh, the IP has changed. Okay. Okay, I got you, Scott. Yeah, the IP's changed. That's unfortunately. That happens with mine too. So let me change the IP. I can get in there for 7:30 then. It's 7:28 right now, so it looks like we'll be good in a minute here. And I should have thought of that because I forgot he has the same issues I do. So there we go. Let's see. There, we found it. Okay, network status. Okay, now we're in. Now we're in. He says things are already going, so I don't know what's going on. Wait. Yeah. Okay, we're good here. Where are we? It was the last thing that was the last thing I could think of was the that had changed. Okay. Well, that's cool. Uh-oh. Oh, it is working. Okay, there we go. What is this thing? Oh, this is Q437 whatever. Okay, I'll get him at least started. I'll figure out once he gets up to there. I think he's coming down. Okay. Well, that's nearby. Oh yeah, he's really nearby. Well, watch him as we get everything going here. Yeah, he's going to Florida, so that's cool. I'll get him going. The question is, do I want to... Yeah, I think I do. I think I'm going to start running these guys up here. I don't know where I'm running him yet. Oh, I got an eastbound? Okay. Still not familiar. I should have brought the thing in and I didn't. Where everything is. I'm not familiar with these symbols. Alright. So, let's see if I can... There was a list of all the stuff. He had a bunch of lists and I left the printouts because I was thinking I had enough on the sheets, but I don't know if I do. Ah, crap. Well, that's okay. That's his IP. I didn't mean to do that. Get out of there. Let me close that up. don't think that's going to... Yeah, see, I don't know where to route these things. When I see this, I'm like, what's that? I don't know what an Iraq is. Alright, I know what that is. I thought there was more than one there. How come I didn't get that one already? Okay, so let's do the Illinois one. That's an easy one. Problem is, you get left hand running there, and then you get right hand running going the other way, but yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll try it this way for now. I should have... Actually, you know something? I know I shouldn't have thrown that light in front of them. Let's go ahead and do what I was originally wanting to do. It's only one train. I think I can do that. Let's go ahead and run him that way. I know where he's going. Okay. That'll get things started. Well, this is the guy I want to see. MANF. So what I do is I just do a search. This is what I usually like doing, is I like doing searches in Google as opposed to Sheets. Yeah, it's not telling me anything that I'm supposed to find, so all these short forms, I just don't know what they are. And they were probably on the printouts, but how about this? I'm gonna go get those printouts. Problem with that is I can't read very well with my glasses on, because I'm probably in desperate need for reading glasses. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, got some printouts. Oh, let's see if I can make heads or tails out of this. Problem is it's double-sided. I know some of them. We'll start with this one. Oh, that's my I don't know what he calls. Okay, so there's one of the lists I can use. I think. Oh, it's a nice big letters too. Well, let's take a look at it again. So what I should have done was I should have left it or put it into a Google Sheet. The stuff that you supplied me, Scott, if that was in a Google Sheet, I'd be able to search it right now. But or either that or I'd have to put it on the same thing. I might add this later on. It's actually nice big letters. I printed them out, but it's trying to remember what all the letters mean. Like MA, I understand what that means. I think I know what that is, actually. If it's heading east. What is it? Yeah, it says it's heading west. I can't find it. Yeah, I just don't understand those short forms. And I don't have a train list. If I had a train list, I could figure it out by that. So if your Google Sheets, Scott, if you're listening, if you have, well, not the, actually I put it on a Google Sheet. I imported it into a Google Sheet. But if you have it just like the registry, like I'll show you. With the registries, and I don't think Mojave's going to give me the registry I'm looking for. Probably not, but it's very current to what this is. I don't think this is the live one. No, it probably isn't. This is probably my old system. But when nah, that isn't even in the one they're using. It's a bad example. No, bad example. If it's in a form of a sheet, and it's in tabs, like a Google Sheet. Now, I don't know if you have that. If not, don't worry about it. I can do it. Because when you look at the registry, let me go into sheets.google. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. Oh, good. Today. So if I go into the Southwest Rails registry, and I go into their Google Sheet, every symbol that's on there, oh, that's a new schedule. Let me go into if I go on to, like, there's one person on right now, but if I go into the train IDs, I've got every single train ID, so I can let me see, for example, back bar. Now I know what that is, but if I go back bar, it's going to find it for me. So I don't have to read, because what's happening is it's got a lot of information, but it's very difficult for me to decipher at a moment's notice. And if I'm dispatching, looking up what a train symbol does is very difficult, because now I'm not multitasking. Now I'm spending time looking up stuff, and I can't do that and hump a yard or whatever. So I'm not sure. I know what, and I know why the signals do. Oh, never mind. I know why now. I thought I turned the light off, but I guess I didn't. Okay. What happened was these guys, they didn't all light up. Or they were supposed to switch when they did, but they didn't. Well, now they're coming. So I know where this guy's going. I know where he's going. New Jersey, I know where that's going. That's going to come down here, so that's cool. I know that one. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. There we go. Let me just put it as a yellow. So that'll be cool. I'm gonna just ask them where they are then, because I don't know. I'm still not getting a signal off of this damn thing. Reverse, reverse, reverse. Okay, where am I? MANF terminals. Okay. So it's an arrival, I guess. I'm just trying to find it on this printout, so I can't even find it. I don't know. It's confusing. Okay. So what's MANF terminals? Is that one of the I haven't searched it for that one. No, I'm not getting anything on there either. Okay. I assume it's an arrival? Okay, so then I can turn that and put him down here. He's going to come up this way. Actually, I'll stop him here for now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use a Google Sheet and plop everything into it so I can search it. Whether it be train symbol or those letters, whatever they mean. So all these, like I can see them here. I can barely see them here actually from where I'm at. I mean, I can read it, and it's on my printouts too. So I recognize those. For me, I mean, what I'm looking for the most, I would say, is where am I directing them? You know, which way. I understand where this guy's going. That's pretty obviously Illinois, so I know that he's going through. And this guy's going to New Jersey, which means he's headed south. Let me just change that. There we go. Okay. Did I? I don't know if I asked that. Maybe I didn't. I'm not sure what Iraq is. I think everything else I got. Yeah, him is in Iraq. UNET. Okay. Ohio, so that's going through. UNGN to POFA. Okay, all right. I know that one. Port of Albany. I see it there. Now I just happened to. That was just pure luck that I was had my mouse on there. Port of Albany. So okay. I got that one. Alrighty. Q293. I'm going to try putting a signal in behind him. And hopefully he gets there without another train spawning on top of it. Actually, it shouldn't. It just should have him... Because it's going the same direction, it should be okay. I'm more concerned of the trains coming in on each other. So that's a good way to do it. Bring him down here, and then... Even though, in theory... I could have put him here. It's just I want to get him going. Yeah, and eventually I'll hump too, but until I know what's going on. He'll be the last one to go. I don't know if he answered about the UNet thing. I can't find it. I know where New York is, it's just... it's a big state. UNet I don't see on this list. I don't know. Okay. Oh. Alright, let's go over to... sounds like a train's nearby. It's kind of weird. Okay. Yeah, I'll see what I can import and... so let me get myself over to the hump here. Train going through. Okay. Okay, that's the local yard. Yeah, he does get a signal. Cool. I was hoping he did. He's just an auto signal anyways, so yeah, it's a good place to put him. Then he'll just wind up right behind him. Okay. So what do I got for lights now? Oh, I'm waiting for him. Looks like they're moving. Got one Port of Albany. I can't remember if there's another one, but that's okay. Port of Albany is a tricky one because sometimes that'll pop up when a train's going in there, but if there's a stalemate, we can always delete it. I guess I should do some work. These things are starting to move. Here's the eastbound now. Well, since he's here, I might as well hold off on it. Let him go through. Kind of fun rail fanning this too. Sometimes I just don't feel like working. So yeah, the one I'll bring into arrival afterwards, but we'll get things cleared up here. Make sure we were recording. Okay. Ooh, really good dark. See, that went to yellow for a second, and then it went to red because of the way the tags, or the switches turn themselves. It's really weird. I mean, tags. See, that's when that goes like that, then the thing goes goofy. See, now it's a red over yellow over red, whereas before I tried to stack it, it lit it up, then it darkened it because one of the switches went, the other one didn't. Goofy dispatching system with these things. I'm not too fond of it. So one of these switches went, but the other one didn't, and then it decided to cancel out the signal. That's what happens with complex interlockings. It's hard to stack them. Really, the Run8 needs to overhaul this. It's better than the old one, but it's goofy. Yeah, I don't. That's the problem with it spawning there. Now, it doesn't matter. I don't have a train lined up for it yet, so not too big of a deal. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind running in the dark. It doesn't bother me, whatever the time is. Because it's all random, nobody's spawning at a particular schedule, so it really doesn't matter. From, like, for example, the Southwest server the other night, like, there'll be another 3 hours of running. It's going to go slower now because they're only running one session a week, so basically they're only going to go through 3 hours, but the reason why they're doing it, the reason why they're going down from 1 session to 2 is because for the amount of trains that get called upon that time, that much more work needs to be done in between sessions, which means less of dispatching. But dispatching trains just for the sake of dispatching is not, I mean, it's okay, but it simulates what's what's happening, but I've never been one to dispatch for the sake of dispatching, just for creating traffic or creating situations or operations, I guess, if that makes sense. Okay, so this guy's coming. Of course, with this whole random spawn thing, it just, I mean, I liked it when version 2 was first announced and they were going to have like some kind of schedule system so that I would know when, at what time something was coming, if it was late or whatever. Because the dispatchers usually know that kind of thing. Then they would have all the information in front of them. They could route a train down a spawn track. I mean, there's tracks here. This track here I could have utilized earlier or the other night too. Instead, I brought him over to here where, in theory, he could be coming out of here. But the spawn point's right here, and we always set the spawn point there or Mikey set the spawn point there in talking with me, actually, if I recall. And I said, well, it doesn't really matter where you put it. Preferably you want it at least on one spot out of the way so that other trains can get around it, because it's a pain in the ass when they spawn. But in theory, they shouldn't be spawning. It's like TD3. When a train comes onto a territory, it actually requests, say, here he is, there's the port sub train right now. What is that train anyways? So he's going to Illinois, I guess. Illinois? Yeah. So he's a K train. Gonna let the queue out first. The other thing too is if AI is on and it's dispatch and there's no dispatcher, these things just build up. You'll have a spawn. Like I had one here, I had one tonight, I had one here, one here, one here, one there, and whatever else is coming in. Mind you, this won't be running because I let the guy go at Fonda. But it takes a good hour just to get the traffic. Even with using the fast freight, it takes about an hour to get this traffic moving, which is normal, I guess. Okay, I got another Port of Albany. I'll bring him down. Is it 825? Because there's no external dispatcher to stacking anything up, it's just like I already got in trouble here once where the signals, I almost have to babysit these things, which is a complicated interlocking. So I've got like, I don't know, what do I got, 3-4 trains that are just sitting here now. I've got one coming in, That one right there. I'd like to bring him in next. But actually, I want to get him going. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, once things calm down a bit, I'll gladly hump. I mean, I could get the hump going. I mean, it's cleared enough, but I probably could, but I don't mind. I'm content right now, as long as you're okay. That always freaks me out when I see that down here. It looks like it's going that way, but it's actually going across. Okay. So now I got a Q437. And again, I have to wait till he gets out of the way before I can even give him a signal because of the way it does the switches. Well, actually, that one I might be able to get away with. Oh, we'll see. Okay. Let me see if I can bring one out. Got a little lost here all of a sudden. Yeah, let me go back to where I was here. Okay, so Rotterdam. What do I got? I've got at least 2 more inbounds before I can even get the Rotterdam out. Might be able to sneak the Hudson through. So I always sneak one out that way as long as he's doing his crew change. So let me see what we got. Whereabouts is he? Oh, is he in the... He's over here, huh? Yeah, I got one more eastbound inbound for Port of Albany. Of course, by the time the next Port of Albany comes, I'll have to get him out of there. 437 is the next one that I want out of here, though. In fact, let me try seeing if I can... Now, it's not going to give me a light, but if it goes this way and that way... It may cancel the light the way the stacking system works, but no, I'm not bored. No, it's certainly not stressed by any means. This is actually very comfortable dispatching. It's just I can't really, for me to multitask, I got in trouble the other night trying to multitask too much. When you get everything going into when there's just a little bit of traffic, like especially this, if you just like running them down the mains, it's pretty straightforward. But I had two runaways last time, and I thought, nah, I gotta let things there. See, now this time I think it worked. There we go. So I got the light I wanted. Of course, now I got another train. Actually, you know something? Forget it. He doesn't have a light yet. I know he doesn't because that's there. So I will take that away. And then I'll get him out of there. Give him a light. Which brings me over to here. So he's got his light out. This is why this one really it's hard to stack it because everything's left. This is like really goofy the way it's set up. You have this flying well, not flying junction, but the crossover thing where you got the left hand and the right hand changing, so it becomes left hand running coming in. So I try to keep it left hand running, but then left hand running interferes with right hand running here, and then you know it almost easier to spawn it on this one as opposed to that one, I guess. I mean, ideally, now that I think about it, it was probably better to see. The problem is you can't have them spawn here, or else they spawn in the middle of trains going out. But that's something I should have mentioned in that post on Train Sim tonight, was going back to what they originally planned on doing for the AI system back in prior to version 2 coming out. I like that because it's very similar to TD3. So what happens in TD3, before this guy can even pop up, it has to ask permission. Now it's a little different because this is actually coming out of an area, but it would be in a protected area before it can come onto the main line. In theory, I guess it would. I don't know how this works with 105. They call it Rule 105 territory up here, but we'd still know when the trains are coming. So because they just randomly spawn whenever it comes up, it makes it difficult. I mean, I could have a train spawned at Honda right now, or Fonda, sorry. One can spawn at Fonda right now. I could have another one. Could be anywhere, really. Okay, so he's got his light. I'm going to try to let this guy go. See there, I could have, if he was sitting here, I could have done left-hand running, but originally I had him come out of here, and I thought, well, I don't want to block that, but I don't want to run trains down here, because if I run a train down here and something pops up here all of a sudden, then I got a cornfield. So I didn't do it. I love how that does that. I want to bring him in next. Or bring him down next, I should say. Let's see if this one works. I'm going to go over to the other side and watch the lights. You'll see what I mean. So he's waiting. I think I screwed that up. I did. How did he get a light? How did he possibly get a light? Or did I throw that? No, that was my fault. I know what happened. Okay. I screwed that up. You know, I would take control of it. That's my fault. And in the real world, that wouldn't happen. This whole control point would be locked. Another thing I don't like about the... I love it when you actually stack signals, not play around with switches and wait for them. I had this one... He wasn't over it, so I got ready to set him up, but I forgot that screwed up him. So I'm going to go ahead, as soon as he comes to a stop, I'm going to delete him. I'm going to cancel that light, because we do have a cornfield. And I'm going to just pretend he went that way. Because by now, he would be... What he's doing is he's just... He had a light, but then I threw the switch in front of him. So by the time he was already through the plant, it didn't matter. Okay, he doesn't have a light yet just because of the... I don't want to bring him out yet. He comes first. I just want to get him in. Now I wonder what happens here. Do I have to give him a restricting? because I believe I have to do that to get him a signal. I'll tell you what. I got a funny feeling he's going to need a restricting signal. I'm going to put him down 7. Or no. I'll put him down 4. See what happens here. He's moving, so 9 miles an hour headed outbound Illinois. If he gets past that, he should be fine, but in fact, I think he gets a light by now. Not sure why that is, but by rights he should get a light only after he's cleared here. But I got a funny feeling I'm not going to get a light because I'm throwing this switch, which I don't think you can get a light. You have to do a restricting signal, and then I've never tried. I don't recall ever bringing a train into the receiving yard. As odd as that sounds. No, you got a switch. You got a light. Now the question is that going to stay? Well, that's interesting. I didn't expect him to get that light, but they gave it to him. Huh. I thought without these switches all lined up that he wouldn't get a light coming in. Okay, so track 4. That is an inbound, right, Scott? Coming into the yard, I hope. Imagine it is. I think it's in the... I thought it was one of these. Actually. Oh crap, that doesn't make sense. So what happens here, this should stack okay. This is reversed, so that means he can't go here anyway, so he'll never get a light. But by rights, that should flow him that way. I should be able to get the Hudson train going, I think. I've got 2 more westbounds. Illinois. Buffalo. He's starting to clear the switches now. Let's see what the signal behaves. It might get a signal and then it'll drop it. We'll see how it goes. Then it may never give it. There we go. Okay. So he's got his light. Everything should be set up properly, which it is. Anybody else spawning? Nope. Okay. He's headed to New Jersey. I'm gonna have to line up this guy here. Still have another eastbound, I think. Looks like I did, yep. Well, he'll be port of... Okay, so now I've got to get him out first. Just to clear up Port of Albany. Oops, that's not what I wanted. So I got one coming up to the hump tower. Yep. And let me take a look at what track I set him to. Track 4. fine there. So it's starting to settle down a bit. At least enough where I feel comfortable enough. I don't have any eastbounds at the moment, so that works out okay. Other eastbounds, I should say. I believe he'll do his crew change. I think. I'm not 100% sure if he does one or not. But I'm in the tower now anyways. Pretty sure he does his crew change first. So I got one coming in off the hump lead anyways up to 4, which I didn't need to, but I wasn't planning on humping until at least after 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll probably hump one train if I'm lucky. Yeah, I could have snuck that Rotterdam train out. What would have happened was I could have... in fact, I might do it. Yeah, let me sneak him out. I think he's down here. I believe I can get him in, get them in and around, but I'm not sure. But we'll see. Okay. So, well, he's lit up good. I think he will get a light first, so let me set that up. So I got 2 buffalo bounds behind him, but I believe I can get them around him. At least I hope I can. Take the fleet off both of them. Actually, no, I gotta give him green still. I got one more guy. That's him there. He should be getting a light. I think I'm already gonna go to the top of the next hour. Should give me enough time to hump at least one train. Unfortunately, only one, but yeah, that's the problem with when everything. If the AI is still going, if I'm not on, or if somebody's not dispatching, it just bunches up. With what was it? Is there only 3 spawn points? I guess there's only 3. No, it's 4. That's not too bad, but then I think there was a lot that was left over from last time anyway, so far it seems pretty smooth. Okay, I should be getting a light now for that guy coming out of let me just take a look and see if I got a light. I should have a light. I don't see why not. I think I heard him. Yep. Yeah, all right. Screw something up. I didn't think I screwed that up. How did I screw that up? Got a reverse switch there. Reverse switch there. Normal. You should be going. What the hell? So I'm losing my marbles, but it can happen. Reverse switch there. Okay, why aren't you going? Unless I threw something the wrong way somewhere else and I'm not paying attention. No, he's right behind him. Oh, maybe it's him. It's possible. Reverse. Reverse. Yeah, it should be all set up. Alright, so he's just waiting for the cue. Which I am going to honor him with. I throw on that light. Okay, now I can turn these back to canceling signals. Ah, crap. I didn't mean to do that. Let's put that one out there, too. I had it set up the other way and I forgot about the other guy. Okay. Is that my Rotterdam one? Yeah. Okay, we're good. I'm just gonna go over here. Just because. I don't know what signal he gets there, but I'll be right back. There we go. Okay. Well, now things are moving. Okay, now that he's moving, I'm gonna go check the guy behind him and get ready to restore that switch. Then I should be able to once I got the main switch restored at the top here. I think that's what I have to do, right? Yeah. Once I got the main switch restored, once he's gone by. There he goes, yeah, he just got it. Once I got this set up, restored back to normal, then I should be in a position to set up that final signal. In fact, I can do that right now. Now everybody's set. Okay. So now that I got that cleared, the guy in the yard is set. Hmm. Okay, I got him set up to come down. Actually, you know something? Let's just change this up. Alright, so let's see what we got available to hump here. Ha! Alright. What's the yard switchers? That's an easy one. Should go for the easy ones first. What do we got? Track 5. Okay, what the heck? Looks like he's cleared up on 2 sides here. That's interesting. Well, maybe I won't try for that one. That one's a little complicated. Unfortunately, 5 is... Well, the only other one is 9. Where's my switchers, anyways? I can't even find them. Oh, there they are. Pump Team 3. Guess he was in the way. What about this guy? See? Oh no, it's today's Humpty. That's the one we want. Okay. Is this the one we screwed up last time? I can't remember.
Yeah, I probably should have brought the intermodal down, but that's okay.
Definitely having some fun tonight, which is always a good thing. But there's some part of me that wants to do so much more. I mean, this is a good start. Should slow it down, but I'm gonna give it a little bit more break. At least I didn't have a runaway tonight. That's a good thing. Alright. Let's see what we got. So the train's coming for Scott is that one at Rotterdam Junction. I forget the configuration down there, but I don't think there's anything else I have to dispatch at the moment other than well, I'll wait and see what happens up here. Because I got the string of westbounds coming, but that's not a big deal. I think that I'm just double checking everything. I believe I'm okay. I've got the one meet. I'll have to take a look at it in a few minutes because I got the intermodal coming westbound off the Hudson. But I gotta check to see, so I'll check in at 10 Eastern to see if everything's okay that way, including making sure everything's lined up this way. Till then, I can just relax and enjoy the hump. Make sure everything's going okay. Get a nice look into the bowl. So, as I was saying last week, basically, here comes the Port of Albany train. I can see the strobe light in the distance. So yeah, basically everything. Oops, he's starting to slow down too much. I gotta bring the Indy back up. Now, I know, like when the train sim forums, I know I probably come across as the minority in some of those discussions. I know a lot of people enjoy single player. Even Scott enjoys single player to a certain extent. But I can tell you, I know Scott appreciates being able to have interaction. Just having AI is great, but AI that runs these trains, I mean, that's you know, night and day compared to version 1 as far as I'm concerned. The ability to do this allows what would normally take several users, Scott and I can run. And there's no scripting involved. You need a dispatcher. if there was an AI dispatcher, of course, that would help things too. Then you can do some single player and still get the interaction. At least I would find. Having the interaction with other humans always is nice to, you know, most people. Depends. I mean, some people, honestly, there's people who just do not like multiplayer. I would say a lot of the group over on Train Sim do not like it. Which is odd because this is what this is built on. Run8 was specifically built to be a multiplayer simulation. I'm not a big, huge fan of these huge networks. I'm not talking about the servers. I'm talking about the actual routes themselves. This is why, despite how beautiful Hudson Sub is, and I do own it, we're not using it. I mean, Scott might be using it, but I'm not. It's set up to fleet, and whoops, and I'm seeing my guy go down to red there. You have to run at notch 1 with a little bit of independent brake at first. Let me try it without. I took the full independence off. See if that helps. If it gets too fast, yeah, it's kind of starting to get too fast now. So now I gotta put the indies back on. Just a bit. So you gotta play with the independent brake a bit. Well, I got notch 1 throttle on right now. So there's a bit of a bowl before it goes up, so not as complex as doing West Colton, but still requires a little bit of paying attention to. I mean, now where it's at right now, it'll probably, for the most part, push up the hill itself. So this is the guy we saw over here at the meet over down at SK. Or is it? Ah, for crying out loud. Stupid reefers again, I'm telling you. You got a lot of reefers on this route too, and it's gonna keep on causing issues. This is something they gotta fix. I mean, come on. Stupid. I understand auto racks to some extent, but I assume this is in the track that it was supposed to be in. Yep. So now Scott's gonna have to come rescue me. Because well, he doesn't have to. Let me just see here. See, if he was in trim, he could do it for me, but at the same time, he's busy doing his thing, so it either means that or I have to relinquish. If he's doing something, then I won't bother him, but it's stupid because it sets the brakes on these things. Everything's fine too, it's just, is there any more reefers that I have to worry about on this train? Yep. Yeah. Yeah, this could happen a couple more times. And honestly, it's stuff like this that just annoys the hell out of me. It takes away from the immersion factor big time. Alright, let's try this again. Put the hump controller back on. Ha ha! Yeah, I thought they had fixed all that, to be honest. There was a lot, I know there was a lot more issues before. But when you're immersed into what's going on and then that happens. It's very frustrating. Especially if Scott's in the middle of something and he's actually running a train, for him to have to do it. Like this part right here, that's immersive. That to me is immersive. I've got the lights set up, he's just going through and boom. Really simple. Okay, so it's 9:54. Let me see what I got. I got my meat going on yet? Oh, almost. So now the independents are fully released. And I'm at 1 mile an hour, so well, let's see. See, now I gotta put it up to notch 2 to get it to go up to the 1.5. So now it's the hump will run itself, pretty much. It looks like I'm not going to be able to go much further anyways. Or am I? Not really. track was that? 86? Didn't take long. Hehehe. Yeah, we got some room. I'll keep an eye on it. I think we're good. We're looking for CSX stuff, right? Yeah, I think we're okay. This is where I'm going to keep an eye on it right now. 77. That'll be interesting to see if he makes it. Let's see what we got. New Hampshire, Mexico, Missouri, Mississippi, Michigan, Maryland, Louisiana, I think is one. Yeah. Oops. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll take the hub controller off for now. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I'm gonna go take a look around. Let's see, let's go out this way. Oh, well, it's already on the trim. I was like, wow, trim's moving. He's gonna get a light any second, or he should. There it is. You know, he gets a restricting? Really? Huh. Or if I gave him one of these, he'd get a better light. Let me just try it. Nope. Yeah, I'll give him that one then. I guess he gets a wow, what the heck? Give me that light back. There we go. Right, so back over here. Well. I think 9 hours a week is plenty for me. Yeah, it was fun tonight. Yeah, even with the congestion, nothing unusual happens all the time. No problem, man. Okay, so everything else is stopped. Yeah. Just want to make sure I've got everything stopped. Yeah, he's stopping. He's going into the yard. He's on standby, and these guys I stopped as well, just in case. But all set. Alrighty. So that was fun. I figure if we'd stop on at 10:30 on a Sunday. I was a little tired earlier. I might check some email and go to bed early. See what happens, but anyways, I figure 3 hours is my limit. I don't know. Sometimes this Run8 is kind of weird with me. I think it's honestly, I don't know. It's sometimes I think it's Run8. Sometimes I just think I've oh, how would you say? Like, I had fun tonight, and I should have fun tomorrow night too, even though I'll be running a local. But what I did there, I enjoyed the most. Even the humping is fine. That's no big deal. Despite the issues, but that's okay. But it'd be interesting to see what would happen if, say, Run8 was to either have something in version 3 that really was something I was looking forward to, or a new region came out. Because ideally that's what I've been asking for, and I would purchase it. But something tells me in the back of my mind that I might even burn myself out in it. Even if I was to run single player and have all the stuff running, and I'm just not sure if it's something that I'm getting tired of. I've been doing this for a few years. I don't know. Begin to wonder. Because I thought about that tonight a little bit as I was able to calmly do what I was doing, but I enjoyed what I was doing tonight. That was fun. That's the parts of Run8 I like. Watching the meets and all that other stuff and the operations. The parts I don't like, obviously, are the bugs, but yeah, what can you do? Okay, that's it for tonight. So I'll be back tomorrow night on the Southwest server. What made me think about that was that I'm running a local tomorrow. I'm probably going to run a local tomorrow. I don't know how much I'm going to be doing tomorrow, to be quite honest. Somebody was interested in the Central Dispatch, and I don't want to hog it, so it's up to me to find something. If I don't, then I don't. That's all there is to it. It's not a big deal. But that's, it's my loss, basically. So yeah, I'm going to run a train tomorrow and run it from that end and have somebody dispatch me. And I say that's something that I always enjoy, so we'll see. Tomorrow will be a good test, I think, to see where my frame of mind is with Run8. But I'll check what locals are available. I haven't done that yet. Let's just do a quick. Let me just yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick look and see what we got here, just for a sneak peek before I call it a total night here. So the Southwest Rail forums, I'm already logged in, so that's good. Because I was on earlier. And the registry. So let's see what they got here. I'm just really curious. I might call dibs on something, or try to call dibs on something if something's really caught my attention. So this is the work list for tomorrow. And we got one on hold. I'm not sure why that's up, but anyways. Okay, so BNSF Barstow. They require a dispatcher? I didn't think they required. Well, yeah, I guess they do require a dispatcher because they're mainline trains. That makes sense. I didn't think they were work. But okay. I think we're at midnight. Don't know. So I see one says completed, the other one says hold. Depart yard with dispatch permission as crew or with AI crew. Well, who's that? LOQ91. That's probably the one that heads oh crap. That's the flyer, I think. Yeah, that one would be pretty boring, I think. Well, yeah. I was hoping to see something that was DS required that actually had work. None of those do. They're all basically mainline trains. So I don't know. I might take it easy tomorrow. Because I had some fun tonight, and I'm going to have fun Wednesday. Okie dokie. So there's nothing that really needs a dispatcher, and I don't really want to do those work. See, those are things that can be done anytime. I suppose I could do one have trains run around, but I prefer to interact with the dispatcher. So, Amtrak schedule. What do we got for? Like, what time are we at? I can't remember. I don't want to be mucking around with this all night. I'm trying to think, what time are we at now? Was that midnight? I can't remember. Oh well. I'll figure it out. I don't know. I don't want to figure it out tomorrow. I want to figure it out right now so I know what I'm doing tomorrow night, or I just can decide. I'm not 100% sure, guys. I'd go on the server real quick, but I'm getting tired. I'll have to think about it. And that's the thing, yeah, I mean, I know now the locals, I'm like, okay, well, that you never know what local unless you know the schedule like the back of your head, and there's so many freaking trains, and it takes a lot of getting used to, especially the times that they run at. So I believe it's at midnight right now. So they're into a new cycle. Yeah, I think they're into cycle 17. I don't know what these ones are, but I mean, there's mainline trains coming out, but yeah, 015 and 0100 available date December 3rd and December 4th. I have no idea. LQ91, depart with dispatcher permission. Will be available. Riverside Cement Plant, no, that was completed. I guess that's it. So, yeah, I don't know. If I go to the Amtrak schedule, let me take a look at that. Sometimes they're interesting, other times they're boring as hell. A3, A4. Let me take a look at that. If it's on the Seligman, I can't do anything about it. Well, he's supposed to be in Needles at 12:49, which gives me about 2 hours if he's on time. And of course, that's running the Needle sub, which is a snore fest. I'm not too sure if I'm interested in that one either. Oh, damn it! Where's A4? Oh, there it is. Okay, he should be on his way if he's not already there. Yeah, I remember him. That was, I think, one that I was dispatching, if I recall. Or at least starting to get him out. He was behind, though. 9:58, yeah. Okay, so it is midnight. So he's going to be on the Needle sub, too. It ain't happening. I don't think it's happening. I just can't get into running a mainline train. Whether it's dispatched or not, I just cannot get into it. So that makes me wonder now. Oh, I'll have to do some deep thought tonight, put it that way. But tonight I had fun. That was the kind of thing I like doing, so. Anyways, 10:42 p.m. I'm calling it. So yeah, I'll definitely see you, sorry, I shouldn't say that. I may see you tomorrow night. I'll definitely see you Wednesday night. So, we'll see how it goes. But, I may or may not be there tomorrow. I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes. It's hit or miss for me as far as I'm concerned. We'll see if I'm in the mood or if I'm bored. Because I don't know what else I got planned, but maybe I'll think of something. Anyways, have a good one, guys. We'll talk to you later. See ya.